Hey, welcome to Whitefields Community Church Sermon Extra. Yes, this is an extra on our Sermon Extra series, and we are going to be talking about Project Greatest Gift, which is something Whitefields Community Church has been involved in for many years. And we are here today with Christine Appel, who is I would say, maybe the director or the one that spearheads this event every single year and puts together all of these gifts, and we're going to get into all those details now. But first of all, just tell us a little bit about who you are and how you got involved with Project Greatest Gift.
Yeah. Well, as you said, my name is Christine Appel, and about 10 years ago, we had the privilege of adding to our family through adoption through Adams County. And during that process, and even before that, we were foster parents for a brief period of time and had another little boy before that. But in the process, we got to know a lot of people. We got to know a lot of the caseworkers and a lot of the folks at Adams County. And so after his adoption was finalized, there was just, they were gone. There was no reason to be down there, no reason to see them, no contact, and we didn't really like that so much. So we thought about, well, how can we keep that going? So we got in contact with Adams County and just were wondering aloud, what can we do as, personally or as a church to, help you guys out? And so they let us know about their Christmas ministry that they did, which was the beginning of, how we got involved with that. We, that first year, just took on, I think, 20 or 30 kids. I don't even remember. It wasn't a big number the first year. And that was how things got started way back when. And it, reopened those doors of contact with the people that we've gotten to know, and we've been able to maintain that, this time to just continue to be able to interact with them and also help out these kids. And it's just grown from there.
Well, yeah, because I've only been here at the church for just a little over a year now, and I wanted to know kind of what the history of this thing is. It was really interesting. Somebody came up to me on church. I'm leading worship from the front, and they came to me afterwards when everybody was bringing in their gifts, and they're like, were you disturbed during worship? There's a lot of noise back at the table, and all this, because of course the tables are right there in the sanctuary area, and my first reaction was no. Because for me, it was such an act of worship of people bringing in all these gifts to serve these kids and serve these families. And it just kind of, for me, it was all part of what we are as a church. And so I just, I kind of initiated this Sermon Extra because I kind of wanted to know the history of how Whitefields got involved with this. And so you brought it to it for 10 years ago, and through your own desire from foster parents is then bless others. And so what can you give me some of kind of the numbers? Have we grown over the years, how you've seen this grow? It's been really fun to watch. We, as I said, we started out with like 20 or 30 kids that first year, and it was just fun to be able to do that, to see the gifts come back, just like you said, and to know that these were going to these kids that may or may not have as much of a Christmas, and it's such a hard time of the year for kids who have been taken from birth families anyway, and so to be able to ensure that was a fun thing, and such a blessed time for them just to have something to look forward to under the tree, and hopefully also hear about Jesus in the process. Right.
But then from that point, we've kind of grown a little bit each year. We usually would start where we left off the year before, or depending on how things have moved or the needs, maybe we've bumped it up some. And so this last year we were at 200. But there's been a couple really noteworthy years in there. The very first year that we added Weld County into the picture, 'cause initially it was just Adams County, we asked them for 20 kids to add on to what we had been doing. And they misunderstood, and they sent us 20 families.
Oh.
And so that came late on a Friday. And it was shocking because, 20 families is obviously dramatically different number-wise than 20 children. And so I remember I called Nick and, kind of just talked about, should we send some of them back? Should we wait till Monday? And we decided in the end, why don't we just, put them all out there and let's see what happens. And of course, every one of them was taken care of that year. And, God just raised up more and more generous people and more funds, and it was not a problem at all. And so it's just exciting to have seen God work through that year the way He did. And so we've kind of inked it, a little bit more as we've gone along. But this year kind of felt a little bit like that last year, that maybe we've kind of been a little too comfortable, got a little too conservatively, kind of maybe just gone with what we know we can probably do. And so we looked this year a little more at, how could we grow this more? And along the same lines, I heard from one of the workers at Weld County that they were considering just getting rid of this program, the Christmas stuff for the kinship families, because it's kind of a hassle, and it didn't always work out in a way that was organized, the way that they liked. And so we're kind of looking ahead to, considering maybe even taking on their whole kinship group next year.
Wow.
Which would be, a lot bigger undertaking. It might push us up to as many as 350 or more.
Wow, that's amazing.
But with just the growth we've seen this year, we know God can easily meet the needs of that many people. So we thought it'd be fun to just watch him in action again next year and really see, how far this could go.
Yeah, and it's been amazing to me just in my short time here, being on staff at church, to see how the church has stepped up. Every time we've kind of raised the bar, it's just like the giving just seems to go up, and it's just really amazing. And also there's you can actually meet some of these families. Isn't there like a time where there's a face-to-face, or we can actually serve them even more?
Yes. So coming up on the 18th, they have their Christmas party. They do every year, where all the families come and they have it catered. So they come and they eat, and there's activities that they can do, and we can go and help with that as well, help serving food and interacting with the families. Mm-hmm. And so that is a chance, at least for the Weld County families, where we can go and meet them face to face.
Them face to face. Well, that's just an amazing story. I appreciate you coming and sharing that with us, the history. I mean, for me, it was a great opportunity just to learn kind of where this came from, and especially your heart as somebody who was, in the foster care system, who that's where you started, by being foster parents, and then just the Lord just took that and expanded it to everything that we see today. And we look forward to next year meeting that mark of 350 families. I mean, we bring our 2 loaves and 5 fish, or 5 fish and 2 loaves, or whatever it is, and let the Lord just bless that and expand that. So if that's something on your heart, and you're watching this next year, and it's something that God has put on your heart to serve those families here in Weld County and in Adams County, and we're going to have information for giving down below. There's also, if you want to give this year to the project, it's just an ongoing thing that we can continue to serve these families. And so we thank you for being with us, and we hope you join us next week. God bless.